Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alpha.
Good evening. Nice to finally meet you.
For me.
Nice to finally meet you.
I know.
We have a lot of people that are coming.
You know.
Baweme dakiika nga ziizo nga bawuliza ka music nga nawe bw'okawoomerwa bawereewere and then we proceed, yeah?
All right.
But welcome.
Thank
Nange
you so
nyina
much.
transaction gye mmaliriza lyo ye peeni eno. Kakamalirize nga ne bali we bajja.
Kale, kale.
Hi guys, welcome. Come on. Today we have a guest, someone you have been asking for a very long time. Someone to enable you multiply your wealth. Come on, call your friends. You can text your friends on WhatsApp and tell them we're going to get good advice. Yeah, so that tulemeteka sente bitubitazimbe ate ebintu ebiriskinga sente ezo. So tell your friends to come on. Yes. He's got two of my life, you know. She's not enough for me. So I do the simple thing for her. But she give me one. That's the thing, she do give me one, you know. She's terrible. I'm Hi guys, how are you today? And omwezi guli mukugwako, March is ending, and we are mwezi mugwako not today, but March is ending, and we are ending it in style by enriching our minds. We have someone who has been in finance for more than 8 years, mastering finance and how to multiply one's wealth. Yeah, I don't know if I'm introducing you very well.
Continue.
And huh?
Continue. That is perfect.
So he knows how you can get your money, and without buying other things, use it to make more money. So, guys, let me welcome Alex. Alex, you introduce yourself. Maybe you can introduce yourself better.
Thank you so much, Arthur, for having me. I know when it comes to, I know it's about money, but I also must introduce myself in a way that money works.
Yeah.
That the last 8 years, Monday nesigamwe, ndikati
Eh.
yesawo kuvayo. The only issue
True.
is when we are to talk about money, because everyone works, which whether you wokola mulimo or hustler, because you get a salary, sometimes people think they understand the money side of it, everything that they need to do to double their money and everything. Though this time around now we are saying, okay, Ngabo Gambia for the love of cars, now we are saying also for the love of money. And I don't know if there is any one person who doesn't love money. And that doesn't mean you should be comfortable. It's like trying to show people, do not be comfortable with the little you have, but also how do you multiply the little you have or the much more you have without necessarily risking it all. For me personally, right now, I'm in Bermuda. Hi everyone. For those of you who might be seeing where I am, it's around 11:26 a.m. in the morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, Arthur. But part of what I talk about is also determines where I am. For those of you who have heard about tax havens, Bermuda is
Alex,
one of those.
your network is not very good. Sorry, your network is not very good. Your network is emanyo kwatira muko katono.
Switch. Is that much better?
Yes. That seems much better.
That's much better, right?
Yes.
As we don't sukwatidde mu yadde.
Akati watokwatira naye wali obadde otandise.
Perfect. Omanyi tuli kubizinga, so sometimes empewo yakabwe yitamu neddeno neddeeri kigenda kitukwatamu. But I've been into finance and investment since 2015. I've been building up, mostly known on Twitter or formerly X, for finance, for investment knowledge. But now we are saying, okay, there is more people everywhere who want to learn about finance, who want to learn about investments, who want to learn about the modern way of doing money, the modern way of investing money. It's not a get-rich quick scheme, but there are certain principles we have followed, which we know, if you apply them in your life, there is a little bit of a change you can get in that regard.
Yes. All right. So I think I want to start with the obvious question. Let me just see what these guys are saying. Seguya Ronald VIP, Agambia liquid assets are an interesting venture. I find liquid assets which provide compound interest more beneficial compared to government bonds and treasury bills. So konnyonnyola akantu ako. Singa sintegedde.
Amixize ebintu bingi. Next okata kyawanye omanyi kyangu nnyo okulaga omuntu kyayogedde ekirungi. Liquid assets. What liquidity we are talking about? Liquidity bochiza mu Luganda abantu babanga abagamba amazzi. One of the best thing about water, it flows naturally. So liquidity is also about money. Obugagga bwa mirundi ebiri. Mulimu obugagga obwa ssente n'obugagga obw'ebintu. In the modern world, okubaako n'ebintu ebiri mu ssente wabye sobola okujja mu ssente amangu. It's very powerful. Kati kyagezaako okunnyonnyola nti omuntu yenna aba ne ssente kitegeeza kasobanga azitaddewo for investments, they are the best way to kind of okuzimbululamu ssente ezo. Kitegeeza bw'ofunayo deal etambula, abayiribi b'e Kampala waliwo atunda ettaka lye miliyoni 5 azaagalirawo ttaka lya miliyoni 10 gw'alina cash oba otambudde, atalina cash aba talina. Owulidde? Naye kyagezaako okujjayo nti bw'oteeka ssente mu bintu ebivaamu ssente amangu, which in this case I think he means money market funds, alabira ddala compounding faster than the treasury bonds which only pay every 6 months. Naye byawufumuko for one reason, and I don't want to go into them right now, but at least the good thing is abitegeera, but byawukanamuko, and actually omuntu asobola making more money in a treasury bond than in a unit trust. Ebiseera ebisinga buli lwobeera n'ekintu ekyangu ennyo kitegeeza there is someone who makes money off okukikwanguyiriza. Kankozesa ekigambo ekyo. I remember kankozesa example yo Arthur in 2023-2024 nga picking up for the love of cars eyasooka naddala ku Twitter ng'ogamba abantu if you want me to review your car nga togitegeera ze ngende ngikuchekingire male essaawa zange 3 nga nkuchekingire ekintu ekyo, you have to pay me some money, right? Kitegeeza as an investment advisor nze okwanguyiza okubeera nga at any one time you can have your money whenever you want. There is a cost you might be paying me gwe gyotannaba kulaba. It's the same way why having a bank account okubeera ne mobile money, there is a cost to that. Nti that liquidity gyagezaako okwogera mu finance, to us it's actually a risk. Nti bw'obeera ne ssente nga ziri nnyo mangu nnyo osobola ozifuna mangu nnyo. That is a good thing, but it's not also a good thing. But tekitegeeza nti bw'aba anateeka ssente mu treasury bonds, they are not going to double their money faster. Actually, omuntu atadde ssente mu treasury bonds, they make more money than someone atadde ssente mu unit trust. Ngezaako kimunyonyola nga sagala kubanga manyi maaso eyo mu weeks ezijja tugenda biyingiramu one by one. Naye liquidity is very, very, very good. Liquidity is very good. You can only take advantage of opportunities naddala ng'omuntu obaako ne ssente zitambula. Now we are trying to tell people is liquidity kitegeeza kubeera na ssente mu nsawo. Actually, atadde ssente mu unity trust, you can get it in one day, but you're getting almost ebitundu 10 ku buli 10, ebitundu 12 ku buli 10. So that is a very good point. Naye tekitegeeza that's the only way you can make money. There is other ways. Kati nga bagambye treasury bonds, n'ogamba mu treasury bonds actually, whereas it's not highly liquid, but it actually makes more money than a unit trust or a liquid product. Arthur, back to you. Oli ku mute nga sikuwulira.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Hey.
If, for example, I have this power bank, does this and I can sell it anytime? Is this a liquid asset?
No.
What is a liquid asset?
A liquid asset. And another word that you know gain asset.
You get there.
And a liquid asset, it means a chintu echivaamu ssente. An asset must earn you something, must add value to you. There are times to look at the love of cars. There are times when a car is an asset and when sometimes it's a liability.
Definitely, yes.
The money website is motoka adding a value over it as sente mu nsawo yo. Ate neberanga ate nyola lejamu. Kati abaana bamu tebaawula bo bagula buguzi motoka nange kati nina asset natamanye genda mujja mu ssente. because teyebuzizaako kuba kugumotoka kijja inagula eri company kudeze Kampala. So kubeera ne power bank oyinza okubeera ne asset kituufu nga kirimu value yakyo gamba power bank ndagigula emitwalo gyange 10 ekola nsobola ogitunda wenjagalidde naye it's not liquid lwaki ekintu okubeera liquid kiba kitegeeza oyisobola okukitunda oba okijjamu kalikosa okukijjamu ssente which is okukitunda in less than 5 days ku value yakyo oba a little bit more. Nti sawa no bogenda okwagala okujjamu power bank eyo nogamba kangene njitunde bwoba ya mitwalo 10 wagigula 10 kyasaze ogenda gijjamu emitwalo 5 oba 7 kitegeeza it's not a liquid asset. Singa badde liquid asset wanu badde ogamba nti bwoba ya mitwalo 10 ne wenjagala ogitundirawo essaawa eno nsobola okufuna mpeeyo 11 ne neeyongerayo nenkolamu ebirala. So ate naddala nti lwaki sande yagadde gamba nti no it's buli muntu kyayita asset it's liquid nti olwokuba osobola okitunda kankose bannayuganda kyetumanye ennyo abantu abalina amataka abalina buploti nakwata ploti nakwatayo akasente nagulayo 5 nagamba nange nina asset wayitawo emyaka 2 alina ekizibu yagigula milioni 10 bamugambye ezo ploti za milioni 15 kati yitaaga ogitunda mu wiiki emu okubaako ekizibu kyajjawo lwategeera nti abe 15 tebaliiyo waliyo bamunana kati nomanya nti it's an asset 10% but it's not liquid olwokuba nti either omuntu agenda okuwa sente amangu nje agenda kugisala price oba okunoonya omuntu agenda ogigula ku sente zaayo ogenda kutwala emyezi egiwerako nga tonnaba mufuna kati nomanya it's an asset but it's not liquid. Liquid olina okubeera n'ogamba nti wenzaagalidde kagwirawo
nga sisaliddwa
products zetulinawo essaawa eno nti omuntu akugamba nti ogenda mu bank nga kifuna sente naye sente zo bw'ozaagala enkeera wavaayo mu ssaawa 4 babasadde ku account eno ezikola ekiddako.
Ekitegeeza in a retail shop mulimu ebyamaguzi ebiera mu retail shop nga they are not liquid assets.
Kituufu ekyo kituufu
sukaali liquid asset
atambulirawo
naye sweet ayinza obutaba liquid asset.
Actually ne sukaali asobola okubeera liquid ne illiquid atya nti bw'oddayo mu kyakala waffe abantu abakola business kino bakimanyi abakimanyi nti alina naba ne sukaali wa mitendera ng'ebiri oba 3 agenda bawo gwatunda akasawo ng'oyo amutunda maybe once a month abagenda kwanjula abagenda kukibano n'obusawo mulundi gumu oyo akimanyi tatera kutambula naye lwatambudde atunda bulk at once kanabawona wano gwapima kwota bwe baba sabuni amusalamu ebitole 2 tekifuna nnyo magoba naye agenda atunda ebitole bya sabuni 10 a week ng'omuntu aleta kya 5 namuwa kati ekyo kiri liquid. It's the same product same customers naye olwokuba nti there is osobola gidifferentiate nga n'ogamba kino kimanyi kitambula once a week oba once a month kitegeeza ngenda mu sente zizo olwawo okuvaayo nerwe zinaavaayo ofuna amagoba omulundi gumu then kino kyo kitambulirawo buli wenjagalidde bw'abaawo akitwala kyalayisi kyamangu nnyo. So ne mu maduuka bwekyantu bakikola oli n'amanya nti okay oyina okubeera ate ne one point onobeerawo nekivaamu sente ezwa buli lunaku ne bw'oba okola dduuka olina omukozi wo oyina omusasula buli week buli lunaku oyina okubawo n'olugoye olwo olutambula okimanyi terukola magoba mangi naye ate luzaala sente everyday n'obaawo ate suuti gy'oteekawo ng'ogimanyi osobola ogiteekawo n'etuula omwaka mulamba naye bw'ogitunze egenda kusasula renti wa myezi 4.
Kati awo nkutegedde nzirayo ku kino kyagambye nti government bonds and treasury bills. Government bonds and treasury bills. Leero mbadde njagala tubeere na introduction. Mbadde nsaba osooke otusomese otuwe in summary what are some of the ways that someone can multiply their money. One ewaffe Uganda ng'akutte sente ze zennyini money nga taguze kintu kikalu naye n'akwata sente ezo zennyini n'agamba bwe naaziteeka wano nga totugambye n'amagoba tutugambye eki just bitugamba nti kino ne kino bijja ebyokukolera sente
wane Uganda ewaffe.
Kasooke
teekemu manyimu mu byenfuna oba mu kudeveloping every theory zisinga oba principles oyina oteekamu zitira caveat noga bw'okola kino oba bw'oba oli wano bw'ati Ati kandowooza so omuntu oba alina omulimu oba alina bizinesi ye.
Yes.
Kiba kitegeeza omulimu gwagwagala akyagukola oba bizinesi ye ekyatambula ye tagirinaako buzibu. Naye alinayo akasente kafunamu buli wiiki oba buli mwezi kayinagala oteeka ewantu. Ate alabe nako nga kakola ki? Kazaala. Kampala essaawa eno biri ebintu nga 3 oba 4 katandikira akichere ku kyangu ennyo. Abantu kye bamanyi lwakuba kipushinga. Omuntu alinawo kasente akawera. Osobola otandika n'ogamba naddala nga ate olina obudde ng'ate otegeera na industry. Osobola okukwata akasente ko n'okwata milioni zo 10 n'ogenda ekakiri n'ogola eka y'ettaka. Bw'eba mu makubo matuufu n'ogisubdividinga. N'oyitawo omwaka mulamba n'onoonya abagigula.
Sorry, Alex, sorry. Now, I forgot. We went to Uganda and forgot. We have our brothers from West Nile, from the north, from the west. That don't. Let's now switch. And majority of the people on YouTube understand English. So let's switch. Start the conversation again. What are the sum of?
Have I lost you, Arthur? Are you back? I think we might have lost Arthur, but I'm going to continue. I'm seeing it here on.
I am back, Alex. Sorry, I am back. So I was just saying where we were. Just repeat it in English because everyone on YouTube understands English. Thank you.
Okay. Apologies to everyone where I've lost you with Uganda. It wasn't intentional. It was more or less of an excitement. But
no, I normally tell. Sorry, Alex. I normally tell these people that our mother tongue takes over.
I
just
know.
Like the Kenyans, the Swahili takes over sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just that we're unfortunate in our country. We don't have a language other than English that unites us all. Yeah, but please proceed.
Okay. So going back to the question, which I think it's the question of compounding or growing your money and then compounding it and making sure it makes money for you. There are two most important things right now in Kampala. Right away, I'll go through them right away and I say this is the best way. One is the money market fund, which one of the gentlemen, I think Seguia, has talked about. And in Uganda, we call them the unit trusts, right? One important thing people need to appreciate, these are licensed and regulated entities. This is not your capital chicken that is promising you a 30% return every single 3 months. This is not your Telex free. I don't know if you remember Telex free in our days.
I heard people put their money there, and some people made a lot of money.
Of course. Now, you see, where people make a lot of money, there is someone losing, you know. That's why when it closed the shop, that's when you could hear people crying. This is not your GNLDs, right? These are regulated entities. They are 7 in total. And on average, actually, the first money market fund came in Uganda in around 2011. It was called the Stanley Uganda. Then we had African Alliance, which closed the shop. But right now we have the newer ones. And they have been in business, some of them in close to 10 years. And on average, they have been paying around 11% return every single year. What does it mean? Because it might sound as if 11% as if it's low. But look at it this way. That if you give them 1 million, just 1 million, every single year you are almost guaranteed they are going to give you close to 120,000 in profits every single year without you adding them an extra 1 million. So that means over the next 10, 15 years, you're going to keep on earning your 1.2 million, 120, whether you take it out or you leave it there, it will keep earning money for you. You know? So they are 7. We shall go through them later. I want people to appreciate that product on its own. And because they are regulated, there are controls in place that make sure your money is not lost. One, it's not like the fund manager you invest with and who has the money. The one who has the money is called the custodian. Then there is a board which you call the board of trustees. All those entities are fully regulated. These are banks. These are not individuals. So there is controls in place. And the mandate of how they must invest that money is at first and foremost not to make sure you don't lose your money, but to grow your money. And that's very, very important for people to appreciate that the first avenue is for you to not to lose your money, but grow your money. Then the second product right now, for me, which I'm calling it the dark oil right now, is the treasury bonds. And many people, when I talk about treasury bonds, they want to feel like it's unique to Uganda. It's not. I know I saw someone here who I know is not who is not based in Uganda. They're actually in Europe. Almost every country in Europe has a treasury bond. Talk about it in the UK, they call them treasury guilds. Germany, they are treasury bonds. Sweden, treasury bonds. America, they are treasury bonds, treasury notes, and treasury bills. In Uganda right now, why I call them the dark horse or the black oil is the percentage profits they are offering to people. And the first treasury bill actually was issued in 1969 in Obote 1. Yes. And since then, the government, which we call the technical government, has never defaulted since 1969. What that means is I cannot start. I know if we have majority Ugandans, I cannot start and explain the history of Uganda and the politics of the day. But let me go through a little bit of it. In 1969, that's when the first treasury bill was issued. And when Amin came, he paid it. Even Amin issued treasury bills in 1970 or 1979. When the Mwanga and Obote 2 came, they paid. When Obote 2 came, he issued the treasury bills and the treasury notes and the treasury bonds. When Museveni came, he paid. The Museveni's technical government has been issuing treasury bills and treasury bonds since then. Why do you feel like, so it has existed for close to now 50 years in Uganda. They are in Kenya, they are in Tanzania, they are in Rwanda. In Uganda right now, they are giving a profits over close to 14-15%. And why am I calling it profits? It's profits, not revenue. So when people should look at them, you should be in position to say, okay, I'm in a business right now. I run my hotel business. I started it with 100. I started it with 5 million. But every single month, I make total cash flows or revenue of maybe $1 million. How much of that million is the profit? That's what you should compare with the treasury bonds. Because for me, when I go to the treasury bonds and I put there 1 million and they give me my 14% profit, that is profit. I'm not paying salary. I'm not, my tax is already taken care of. I'm not, no fuel, no nothing. It's done. 14% is profit. So when you look at it that way, that's when you start to appreciate the value of that the profits, the treasury bonds right now, the return they are giving is almost uncomparable to so many things that people can do. And to me, those two products are the future. No, they are the present and they are almost the future because of what they offer to the different people. Yes.
I have a question. What's the difference between a treasury bill and a treasury bond?
A treasury bill, they are the same. They are what we call treasury securities. It's the same way of government borrowing money. It's the same Arthur, when you go to borrow money. If you come to me, let's use it now between you and I. When you come to me and you want to borrow money and you say, okay, Arthur, Alex, I will give it to you in 6 months or in 1 year. That means the period of which I'm going to say Arthur should pay me is either 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. And I will sign my agreement, and even the rate I'm going to give you is different. In the treasury securities, that qualifies to be a treasury bill. Now, if you are to borrow, when government borrows for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 3 years and above, that automatically takes the language to a treasury bond. So they are the same. The difference is in the tenors, what we call the tenors, but let's call it the period of which they are taking your money and how it will expire. So if you say, I want to lend it for 3 years, then automatically you enter the treasury bond language. That means you have to buy a treasury bond. When you say, I have 5 million, but I'm planning on buying a car in December, so I can only invest it or rent it out for just 9 months, then that means the period for which you want to invest that money is just 9 months, given your goals. then automatically you have to go for the treasury bill. But literally, it's the same pathway of the product.
So the bonds are long term.
Yeah.
The bills are short term.
They're short term, yes.
So we talked about money markets and then the bonds and bills. Is there any other way, like Forex trading?
Yes.
Is Forex trading?
Yes and no. Yes, let's talk about Forex trading. The word you have used is called Forex trading. Trading is not the same as investment. People confuse those two things. Trading is not the same as investing. I personally, right now, I do what we call treasury trading, treasury bond trading. But at the same time, I also do treasury bond investments. To do investments, and what we tell Ugandans, majority of Ugandans who are getting interested in these products, they do not have the skill sets to trade, but they do not need the skill sets for them to invest. To invest is to say, let me buy this thing, let it there for like a few years. Let's say 2-3 years. It will grow my money. After 5 years, I'll get my money out and I move. To trade is to study the market. It's every single day. What are the changes? What are the impacts? Now, Forex trading, when people are telling people about Forex trading, what they should be telling them is that the skill sets you need, the tools you need, I do it. But you have to study the market. You have to know even which currencies are moving, what is moving, what news have impacted, what tariffs are coming that are impacting the Trump world to move the dollars back to the US or to move them back to the Europe. There is so many sophisticated things that are moving. That's why you see someone can go into Forex trading with $10,000 and they can grow it, let's say, to $40,000 in like a month. And in 2 days, all of it is wiped out. Of every 10, and these are statistics. I'm actually a statistician by profession. I love numbers. For every 10 Forex traders, only one can make it more past a first year.
Yes.
Only one. The other 9 always get burnt. The market is, and we live in AI technology. Like that, your Forex trading, you are no longer competing with Alex. You are competing with machines, which people have coded to just track that, you know. So you have to appreciate it's one of those things where I tell people, until you reach a certain level of money, do not go for it. And I'm going to quote one of your statements that I remember back in the days when I was about to buy a car, where I told people there are certain cars that someone will tell you that until you reach a certain amount of money, they are the best of the best. But until you make certain amount of money where you can take care of it, you can go to the garage for services, where if something it needs a spare, you can afford $1 million worth of the lights. Otherwise, stay with our Toyota where you do not lose that much. Yeah. So until someone has a certain level of basing of income, I wouldn't want them to venture into treasury, into Forex trading. It introduces something which we call risk and reward, which we shall talk about it later in finance. That there are products whose risks are lower, but they reward you. There are products whose risks is higher and they still reward you. The question for you as a person, you have to say, if I have 10 million and that's all I have, should I take on a higher risk for me to make it 50, where I have a chance of losing all of it? Or should I take on a lower risk and I invest and I grow it from 20 to 25 to 30 without necessarily losing it? That is that equation is one of the most important equations someone has to make when it comes to finance.
So is there any other way apart from money markets, apart from the government bonds and bills, that someone can still just use their liquid cash to make more cash for them in Uganda?
Unfortunately, Uganda, we are just about to take off in financial products. And it's a good time for anyone who is trying to learn this kind of trading and this market. It's a very, very good time. One of the things you have to appreciate when it comes to this is we do not have that many products. You know, I'm in Bermuda. One of the products they have here is where you can invest in a property without owning the whole of the property, where you don't even know whether you own the window or the door, but you have something. We call them the REITs, the real estate investment trusts. So a big building, it's worth, let's say, $1 million US, or let's say worth 1 billion UGX. And all I have is to invest in it in like 1 million of that worth. So we are 1,000 people, each with 1 million, and we own that building. Such products, we do not have them in Uganda yet. The other product is the stock market, by the way. The stock market is a very good market. In Uganda, it's just starting to take off, but it's the future. Where we are globally, everyone, when you think about the richest people in the world, they do not own land. They own stocks and equities in different companies. In Uganda, you can buy shares of MTN. Right now, you have 1 million UGX on your mobile money. Imagine if that money was the shares. Now, all of a sudden, you become a shareholder. There is Stanbic Bank. That bank has literally made close to 500 billion in profits. And that profits, they're about to be shared with the different investors as dividends. Now, you have to ask yourself, are you a shareholder of Stanbic to get some of that money? Or do you just deposit your money there? Then you have Bank of Baroda. Then you have DFCU. Please stay away from New Vision. That's a ghost. Stay away from Uganda Clays, Uganda. Stay away from NIC. Entities where the government has a hand. There is somewhere where they always cripple that. But private entities that are listed on the Ugandan Stock Exchange, they are the future. They are making people money. Almost 19%. Actually, we are reviewing the financials of Bank of Baroda and the dividend they're going to pay people. People are going to make close to 18% profit from their investment. What have they done? They got their 1 million, bought shares, went back and did whatever they want to do. And you don't need, this is not something where you'd be like, oh, I need 1 billion for me to invest in it. You start with as little as 50,000 and you start buying shares of different entities. If you bank with DFCU, why don't you then turn yourself into a shareholder? If someone right now, let's say, I'm just going to take a guess, let's say Derek here, he might be logging in and is using Airtel internet for him to listen to us. Now you're a customer of Airtel. How do you turn yourself from a customer into a shareholder? Buy shares of Airtel. Every single 6 months, they pay dividend of close to 100 billion. Now, 100 billion is what is shared among different people. Just as you and as an individual, you're going to get maybe 200K, depending on how much you have invested in these ventures. But the stock market is the future because it allows you to continue doing whatever you're doing, to be employed, to travel, to do whatever you're doing when your money is making money for you. You know? So it works. So then the other product which we are seeing that it's coming, it's yet to take place in Uganda, but I know a company which is about to launch it, are what we call the exchange traded funds, the ETFs. Those who are outside in the world, they know about them. It's where someone buys shares of a company, let's say 5-10 companies, and bundles them up and then sells them to investors. So instead of you either going and buying, let's say, MTN on its own, Stanbic on its own, where you don't know which one you're going to buy, they buy them, all of them as a bundle, then they sell them to you and that in a lump sum. And that is another product, but it's not yet grounded in Uganda. In Kenya, it has taken shape. In Uganda, not yet, but it's the future. Some of those are the future.
And Alex, just for us to be, for the people here to know, you are the kind of person that advises people on how to do this. Yeah?
Yes, dependent. One of the things I'm going to put a caveat to that, right?
Let me first make a disclaimer, Alex.
Yes.
Guys, I'm not promoting Alex in any way. I just watch his content. When I watched his content, I realized that we needed a person like this one here. We have never met. We talked via TikTok first, and then we went to WhatsApp, and then we like talked for a very short time. So I think we need him. When I ask him whether he does this for people, I want you to know that he's not being promoted in any way. Yeah. It's something that he does, and I think we need to understand that he does this. He has advised people to do this. Please go on, Alex. Is this something that you do to advise people where to
And
put their money?
that's why I said there is a caveat to that, and you have put the caveat there for me.
Yes,
Dependent. When
yes,
depending on what someone is looking out for, whether they're just trying to learn these different products and whatever, there
yeah,
is I'm starting to embrace, let me just say this, for the first time I'm starting to embrace doing content for people to learn about these products. So
yeah,
that is something where people, if they are to go to my YouTube channel, Kakande Alex, or my
yes,
TikTok, or I have a website where I've published close to 300 articles there for them to read. But also we
yes,
understand we are in a world where people will be like, Alex, I do not want to go to these different companies and I don't
yeah,
know what I need. I need to first tailor my plan, my investment strategy. So that's why you come
yes,
to us and we say, okay, what do you want to do? You want to invest 10 million, you go buy that particular bond. Or you go to that money market fund, it will be good for you. Or buy a treasury bill dependent on your goals. Or because of ABCD, you have already invested 200 million here, you do things differently. We are like, can I call it the financial therapy? Where we sit and
yes,
analyze your situational analysis financially and guide you on what's the best way to manage your money and what bond is suitable for you. So that's what
yeah,
we do. The most important thing which I'm going to say that we do, especially for people who are entering into the treasury bond world, and I'm going to kind of benchmark on it on what you do, Arthur.
yeah,
There is, back in when I was about to buy my own first car, I remember you said it's okay to go to the car bond.
yes,
The car you're going to get there for 25 million, I might get it for 22. Just because I know
yes,
what to look out for and I know what to ask for. Both of us, we are going
yes,
to move out with the same car. Chances
yes,
are the same exact everything, whether it has issues or no issues, but we have paid a different price. Even in
yes,
the treasury bond, Kakande doesn't sell treasury bonds. They are either sold
yes,
by Bank of Uganda or the different
yes,
commercial banks.
yes,
Because you don't know what those banks are, they know. Kakande knows more and he deals
yes,
with them. So when you are to go,
yes,
especially people who are buying 50 million and above, and you don't know why they're going to price the bond, why the bank is going to tell you, for a 50 million, I want 52 or I want 48. So you might get
yes,
excited, not knowing that bond you would have got it for 45. So that's where
yes,
we come in and say, okay, not like brokers, but to guide you and help you to price, to have a competitive advantage when you're negotiating your price of your bond. And that means by the time you're done, you execute the bond, you will see the value for the money, because the bank is going to give you maybe a price of, let me come back to our Muntua once money, 10 million. The bank is going to give you
yeah,
9.5 to pay for it. Then I come to you and I'm like, no, do not buy that. Ask them 8.9 because of ABC. So before you know it,
yes,
you have saved the 600K. Now, after that,
yeah,
if I tell you, you pay me my 100K, you'll be like, the man has saved me 600K, paying him 100K, it's a net gain of 500K in my wallet.
yes,
So that's the
yeah,
service we are offering. We are literally bridging the information gap, that you are dealing with
yes,
a sophisticated institution like banks. You don't know what
yeah,
they know. We see the bonds trading, we have more information. I deal in
yeah.
this for every single day. I've been dealing in this for close to now 7 years. So then I guide you into that purchases and you get the benefit of that.
Someone has a question here. They're asking, so crypto investment, which they call holding, is better than crypto trading or forex trading?
Anything that is investing, which means it's for holding, if you do
Yes.
not have skill sets, is better than trading. Crypto, they have asked us, I think these people are interested in cryptos. I tend not to go deep into them for one reason. The inherent risk with cryptos is the price can
Yeah.
go up and down whenever they want.
They can
In
fluctuate
November,
anytime.
they reached 90, in December, 100 BTC. At one point, they reached even 100.05. Now they are back to 80. At one point in 2021, they had reached $70,000. People entered. By 2022, they went back to 21. That even if you are holding, you can get hold up by, and you go down with your holding. So until one thing about investment products or money products, you must understand the three things. The first one, the product itself, the inherent risk where you can lose money, and then the gains or the return. The problem is we most times preach so much about the return. No, we don't tell people about the inherent risk. And I've come to realize people fear more about risks than they love the fruits. When someone is told about the risk, they fear the risk more than being inherently the gains they would make from the fruits of it. So if I tell you that when it comes to crypto, you can even make a 200% profit in 3 years. But there is a percentage you're going to lose everything in 5 years. Someone might rethink their decision. But another one who has the stomach for it might be like, that's the risk I'm willing to take. You know, it's more or less of me saying to people, you want to do farming? I'm for all investments you want to do. Me, I'm a money person. I'll tell you, you want to do farming, it's okay. The numbers look like you have a chance, and they have shown people they can multiply 10 million into 50 million in the next 2-3 years. Yes. But also I've seen numbers of 80% people who have put in 10 million and have barely got even 1 million. So when you understand the risks and the return, you make a decision of that. Let me not tell you about the return alone. Then you have to think and be like, okay, crypto is like that. Holding for anything is much better. It allows you to smoothen out when it goes down and you wait when it goes up. But sometimes also you have to be willing to be like, can I stomach that? Can I own certain shares right now. In the last 1 month, we have lost close to 30%. So that means if you held, let's say, 30 million, you have lost close to 10 million in 1.5 months. Gone, thanks to Trump and the Trump policies.
We will cover that some other time. Someone has another question here. Abuza, this is my question. I happen to be the chairman of a circle, and our goal is to save money to buy land. Is it okay to open up an account as a group and put that money in a unit trust because we have 1 year?
That is a tricky question. I would say this. I would say circles is a full product on its own. That I would say if that person would allow us, I would say we park it for a weekend on its own. Yes, where we come and talk about circles and how they can take advantage of that. But maybe to answer him directly, it's possible. It's not even possible. It's recommended. It's recommended for you to do all this, to diversify your circle. But there is so much more the circles can do than that buying land, that even investment clubs. That's what I'm saying. That one, it's a full package. I would want to pack it so that we come back one day and go into it in detail.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kakande. Alex, tugenda koma wano olunaku olwaleero. This is a very good introduction. We are going to have Mr. Alex Kakande every Saturday. We broadcast here Saturday. Tugenda kuba tusoma how to make money with liquid cash. Nga tatadde naye nga sina kusiibula. Omuntu akute milioni 50 n'azimba obuzigo 5. N'omuntu akute milioni 50 n'aziteeka in one of the investment avenues you told us. Just roughly ani asinga okukola sente mu myaka 10 kuba ziri najje emizigo mu myaka 10 tubala nti giba gijjeyo sente zaazo kati mu myaka 10 anaaba asinza okukola
tukituno aza nyangu ate njagala bakomewo bakakase nja kujja ne namba aba presentingire wano owagondi asinga ow'emizigo lwaki
aishuwa
hands down emizigo akuza question yeno it's guys, let's not get lost in Uganda. Akuza question yenu. Emizigo gitadde mu milioni 5 etaka waligula sente.
Kisinzira emizigo bali abasajja balese West Nile North. But if you invest 50 million in rentals, you have probably invested like a 20 million in the land.
So that means a total of 70 million, right?
70 million in the rentals.
5 units.
Yes.
How much do you think
each giving you about 150,000
a month?
Yes.
Each unit, which means 5 units, 750,000, which means in a year you're making close to 8 million.
Yes.
So let me be very generous with you. Out of the 8 million every single year, you have full occupancy. You don't even incur any repairs. So that means you just get your clean 8 million and eat it.
No, there is tax.
Let me even be generous and say no tax.
No tax, they have not yet come.
You stay with your 8 million a year. My 70 million in a treasury bond, right?
Yes.
It makes me close to 10.5 million.
How? They are giving me 10%. That's what you're saying. Kare guys, muzikirize. Mr. Kakande Alex agenda koma wano olunaku olwaleero. You guys have to be here next Saturday 5:15 p.m. and you guys mbadde si settled because today I've done 2 inspections. One of the room that I posted in the morning, and right now wano Alfad tuva jigula olunaku olwaleero. These guys have been writing agreements. By now balemereddwa okukkaanya. The Alfad has a dead battery. Oli wetwadde tukuba essimu nga tunegotiating. Yagambye battery ya mitwalo 200, I'm going to give you 100. You also add 100 and buy a battery. Battery so musasula ye chance agambye nze nebya battery sagala bimanya mumpe sente zange ngende so kati bali awo baninze nabo mbamalirize. But guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. We really appreciate. Thank you very much, Alex, for accepting to come, even when you didn't even know what to expect. Yeah, I want to promise you that people watch this broadcast. You can check on the video, the uploaded video, like 5 hours from now. People actually watch it, and I'm sure people will want to learn. And I'm hopeful that more interactions you'll also be able to get some customers who will come and also hire you or your firm for your services. Yeah, thank you very much. Next Saturday, Mr. Alex is going to have a timetable for us. Saturday, Saturday, and the good thing is we are not paying anything to him. We said that the only thing you can pay him is budget performing as patronage. Yeah, patronage. Nenga guys, kamba sibule atenkwasaganya inspection ino na yeso okugwa. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. Seguya Ronald VIP, Stephen Tambi, Peter Chamba Day, JFK Arts, Sami, Michael UG, Bukenya Abi, Henry Modern Jews, Lubwama Richard, Akiram, Max Suna, J Sekaja, Starch Events, Bumoja Benji, Webisa Emmanuel, Natugumia Lucky, Chintu Farms Limited, Abasa Nixon, Vilgax, Chisambira Daniel Frederick VIP, Rama Charity Organizations, Kambesi J, Arinaitwe Kevin, Togenda Alex, Togenda Sibula Bantu Bange, Togenda, Paul Sema VIP, Karota Uganda, King Daniels, Mariam Najuka, Waswa Paul, Kariegire Amos Luke, Derek Lule, Ben Kako, JK of course, Hussein Munyantwali, Richard Aki, Salongo Suga, Kasule Ramadan, Busura Samuel, Johnny Lumansi, Miti Tega Safaris, David Klaje VIP, Webade Kusasula, Ray, Douglas Koma, and the layman from UG. Thank you very much. Alex, sibula abantu tubasibule tugende tukole ebirala.
Banange tweyanza give my first live on any video live on any platform. Neyanzege. Today next Saturday. It's for me it's around midday right now, so this is going to be the next
Bermuda Triangle. That looks like Norway or Denmark.
Sebo Norway tetunula bwetu tetuliranye mazzi kutuwa bwetu tyo sebo tojja tunyoma.
That's what country is that? Uganda, Bermuda?
Yeah, Bermuda.
Wagenze kukola ki Alex?
Sebo nagamye ndi mu byakola nsimbi. Wano tuli mu zensi zabayita tax havens. It's like they are the center of financial flow.
Olabika gwa kwasaganya sente z'abayamba sente zaffe ez'omuyiwa omusolo. Bajja ne bakuweereza Alex kwata, Alex kwata.
Tambuza.
But night, guys. Yes. Guys, I wish you a very lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow evening. And then next Saturday, tell people about this discussion with Alex. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.